Okay, so Queens of the Stone Age just a little while ago released a very, very cool EP entitled Alive in the Catacombs. And basically the whole gist is that they actually went into the Paris Catacombs and decided to play some music and record it. It's a very weird and novel concept. Could have gone wrong, could have been just something totally out there, but wow, did they ever pull it off. It's basically 5 tracks comprising of basically 6 songs. The first track is actually a medley of 2 songs. Now, this is the first time that anyone has really tried to attempt even trying to perform down there in the catacombs. So it's just really interesting indeed that someone had the idea just to, you know what, let's go play down in the catacombs and have some fun. Let's just run through the tracks first of all. Basically, a B-side, we have The Killing Joke, which then morphs into Paper Machete. And somehow these 2 songs, even though they are so different, just meld together. Once you strip everything away from Paper Machete, gives the lyrics from Paper Machete extra weight, which I think is really interesting. Then when it comes to The Killing Joke, but I don't think that they've ever really played this song live before, so this is a little bit of a treat. Then we go into a song that I feel like was actually made for this space, Collapsia. Basically almost like this spacey, 50s style ballad version of this song with the little bells at the beginning. It's just very nice. And then we come to Villains of Circumstance. And I think that this is one of the best tracks off of this EP for sure. This is definitely Josh's moment to shine. In terms of vocals, we also get to feel, again, like the previous songs, we really get to feel the weight of the lyrics here. Also, I'm not sure exactly where they recorded these in the catacombs, but you can actually hear the dripping water from the ceiling hitting the ground, which really adds to the ambiance and the feel of everything. So that's neat. Go ahead and listen to it. It's only 5 songs. You're going to love it. Even if you don't, it's not like you wasted any time. But still, I think it's very special. Now, what people might not know is this is actually almost 20 years in the making for Josh in order to do this. And even though I'm sure he could have done it and been happy with it if he'd done it anytime previously, I think it's important that it happened now as opposed to then, just because of all of the amalgamation of everything coming together to make it this perfect. First of all, Josh Homme's voice has really come into its own the last, I don't know, maybe 5-10 years or so. In fact, if you go back to their first album and you listen to Regular John, basically the first track off that first album, it almost sounded like that was the first time he ever tried singing and he wasn't quite comfortable with it. Now when you hear him sing, not just the power of his voice, but just the control he has. I think the understanding of how his voice comes together, the many different techniques he can now bring to the table. I think his understanding of song structure and how to emphasize certain phrases to bring out certain feelings, thoughts, and ideas. It's beautiful. It's gorgeous. I honestly would like to see Queens of the Stone Age do an actual acoustic album just like this. Also, let's not forget that currently Josh has accumulated like one of the most perfect group of musicians for Queens of the Stone Age. Could Nick, Joey, or Natasha have done this? Yeah, maybe. But I don't think it would have that same weight. Is there to service what needs to be done. So all in all, I feel like it's good that everything has just come together perfectly just so that this project can get the love and respect it deserves. In some ways, this EP almost demonstrates a lot of what's wrong with both recording music and just live music in general. First of all, most albums these days are auto-tuned and pro-tooled to death, basically cutting out any of the actual musical feel. People tend to go and harp on how music just sounded better, 30, 40, 50 years ago. There's a reason for that. It's the fact that someone had to learn the music, had to play it perfectly, which is impossible. You cannot play something perfectly. You can get close. And it's those little inconsistencies, those little imperfections that make it feel special. I think that's what we've lost in music. I think we have to try our best to go back to that. Yes, we live in a world where everything is digital, and anyone with a phone and maybe a microphone can record an album. But can we just take a step back and try and just, I don't know, bring the human being back into music? Also, what's even worse is this has actually bled into live music as well. Live music now is, for the most part, a lot of not just playing everything to a click track, but also a lot of backing tracking as well. Not just pop music, but rock music as well. You would be surprised how much backing tracks are used in modern rock and metal music. And I think that this EP is the perfect representation how music should be recorded live. And that's just one man's opinion. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't think I am, though. Either way, I personally really enjoyed this EP. I've listened to it multiple times, and every single time, I always get emotional. So it's something beautiful. I think everyone should listen to it. So, get out there, give it a listen. Let me know in the comments what you think about this EP because I thought it was something special. Hey, if you hate it, tell me that too. You're wrong, but, let me know. Anyways, that's it. That's all I've got. You have yourself a good day, and that's it. Bye.